get soaking wet in a minute, but that's okay.
Come
it's
over
cool.
to the front.
But you might want to come around front. This is called a rainfall simulator. So we're going to make it rain across these 5 boxes. Each box, if you look at them, is a little different. So this one is like a cornfield. Can you picture that? This is the way a cornfield would be. If you were to make this across a big area, this would be a cornfield. This one is like that cover crop there. This is millet. This is cowpeas. Remember the cowpeas down there? I love legumes. The bean family, they're so valuable. This is an annual crop. And if we have time to go see the sheep and the cows, I'll have to check with Steve on that. You will see I use summer annuals because if I want really high quality meat, I can't give them just old, dry, perennial grass this time of year. Most of the year, this perennial crop, pasture field, is great for cows. July and August, it just doesn't produce much, and the quality is low. It doesn't taste good. They love this stuff. This is like giving them candy. So what you get is you get grass-fed meat that does have some marbling, and the marbling tends to be yellowish, which is a good thing because it's from plant pigments, the carotenoids, which are pigments in plants. So it's a very healthy kind of fat that you get in grass-fed meats, but not as much as you would in a grain-fed animal. So cornfield, annual field that I graze, or later we will plant our fall vegetables in. So these are annuals that were planted about a month ago and grow now. This is the perennial field where we were with the cows. We never disturb the soil there. It's too steep. If we disturb the soil, it would end up in the bay. So this is perennial pasture that stays year-round all the time. Then these two are in a more suburban or urban setting. This could be a parking lot at the shopping mall. This is an alternative parking area. This is pervious, so when it rains, water can go through. This is impervious. We're trying to see less and less impervious stuff. So what I'm going to do is turn on the rainfall simulator, and I want you to pay attention to the 2 jugs in front there.
Let me just point out something. Next time you go to a new CVS or Walgreens or something like that, look at the pavement. A lot of the areas of new pavement now will look like this. It's called permeable pavement. And underneath of it, it has a system to collect that water, as opposed to just the hard runoff.
So ask questions as we watch them.
On this side.
Let me just make sure that, because sometimes it doesn't grip right where it's supposed to. We're losing some of this guy here. Yeah, let me see. That's why I put the tape on, but I'm afraid I just messed with the tape.
Pouring off of it, yeah, you can see that. A lot more.
Thank you. So, if you're the Chesapeake Bay, which jug would you rather see fill up? The ones in the front or the ones in the back? If you were the Chesapeake Bay.
Yep.
Yes, you got it.
Right.
That's exactly right. She's got it 100%. The stuff in the front is just rolling off and running into streams, carrying with it whatever nutrients or oil or stuff is there. I should have There we go. Maybe that'll hold it a little bit.
It's pretty dramatic. These two on this side, this is your urban setting. So when you see a shopping center and it's all asphalt or concrete, there's nothing that gets down through the soil, it all runs off. The one next door is a permeable pavement, a newer style of paving, and what's happening? Hardly any of it's running off, it's all going in the ground, and then it's held in tanks and recycled. And then of course over here, I can't see it, but I can almost guarantee you that the ones with the grass, they have less runoff from the top and more infiltration.
So, Mercedes, of course. So Mercedes was pointing out something that's very important. As a farmer, where do I want to see water? The front jugs or the back jugs? Think about it. Where do I want the water to go? Which one? Yeah, which means which jug would it end up in? The back. So the farmer wants the same thing that Chesapeake Bay wants. Our goals are the same. Let's keep water on the farm, not carrying soil down into the bay. Look at this jug filling up here finally. So I had one farmer here a couple of years ago. He said, that's the way I used to plant my field. He said, I might as well have been taking dollar bills and just floating them down the stream. And it's true. Fertilizer is going with that soil. Nitrogen is going with it. Phosphorus. And the sediment is the biggest pollutant by volume in this country. That's why we got Steve and Diana and the others there.
Now what Michael's showing with the corn, that would be a clean till operation, meaning the farmer came and inverted the soil. Okay, and we get back to that fragipan I was talking about, the hard pan. Water cannot infiltrate, and when you invert that soil, you break down the soil structure so you have no pore space. And you've also broken up that soil web, all the soil microbes, the earthworms and vertebrates that are in there with building that soil web, they're all destroyed. So that soil compacts, it gets rain, it runs off. Then when you have hot, dry weather like this, that corn cannot get enough water because there's no water in the soil. So as Mike said earlier, every % organic matter that we improve is 26,000 gallons of water per acre. Some large number like that. That's a lot of water. And as you improve your soil health, remember the soil penetrometer going down? Those roots can get deeper. When they hit that fragipan, roots go like that. And then they're just depending on what gets to them from the surface. Lawns are the same way. But if you can break through that fragipan, corn roots can be 12 feet deep. And if you have 10 inches or 12 inches of water reserve holding there, that's better than irrigation. And then you have less runoff and you have less pollutants. So my point is, just because we have one example of corn, remember it's conventional tillage that we're demonstrating, not no-till. No-till is a method where farmers just plant it, spray it, and don't invert it. Don't invert the soil, and that's key. That's one of our major soil health practices. Cover crop, no-till, and biodiversity. Biodiversity. When we do cover crops, we're really promoting multi-species cover crops because the biodiversity really increases that soil web, and makes for a healthier soil.
So look at those two rows. It's pretty powerful in terms of having porous pavement. Very, very valuable. Really a good practice for water quality in the bay. For me as a farmer, I love seeing the water that's in the back jugs here. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Seeing the water in that front jug, I mean, not what I want. And it's not good for the bay. Yeah. Any questions? Okay. Do we have time to go see the sheet?
Yeah, sure. It's